Assessment showed a 200% increase in unsheltered people in Omaha over the last 5 years. As a result, the metro has seen an increase in homeless encampments. Tonight, our Marlo Lundak is on your side and has the details on a bill in the legislature that some say will help target the problem.
Last May, the sheriff's office cleaned up a homeless camp in South Omaha.
Hanging out in the tree, maybe using the restroom.
In October, NDOT cleared a large camp in northwest Omaha.
Syringes, needles, over-the-counter drugs.
And just last month, Omaha police cleaned up a camp just north of downtown.
It's just not a safe environment down here for them, for us, for the passerbys.
To try to tackle a problem that continues to grow, Omaha Senator Mike McDonald introduced a bill. If passed, those who are camping on property that isn't a designated campsite could be charged with a misdemeanor that could include jail time for up to 3 months. McDonald says the bill gives power to local municipalities, giving them more options.
We're trying to give them a tool to say, here, if you designate an area where you can have camping and we can get people services that they potentially need, that's the direction we think we should go. And
Sheriff Aaron Hansen is praising the bill. Too often, he says, encampments turn dangerous.
And it's not about homelessness. Rather, it's about the addiction. It's about the unaddressed behavioral health challenges that result in crime. It results in theft. It results in burglaries. It results in rape, sex trafficking, and a multitude of other crimes. We have to do better.
He says it's about balance, helping those who are struggling, but protecting community members and business owners.
For many people who refuse to get help with behavioral health or with addiction, this may be their best option to get connected with help. Unfortunately, sometimes that help comes through the criminal justice system.
Senator Mike McDonald tells me he wants to hear community input on the bill and suggests reaching out to his office with thoughts and ideas. And for those who want to help panhandlers or homeless community members, Sheriff Hansen has printed out these cards. It has a full list of local resources for those in need of food, shelter, and other resources. Hansen believes offering anything other than this, including money, is a disservice. Anyone interested can pick up these cards at the sheriff's office. And of course, 6 News has been covering the homeless situation in the metro for some time. For more information on resources and this story, you can head to our website. That's WOWT.com. On your side in the newsroom, Marlo Lundak, 6 News.
All right, Marlo, thanks for that report. More